Good morning. It's foodie time. Hi, y'all. How you doing this morning? This Q&A Tuesday morning. How are y'all feeling today? Okay. It's Tuesday. We're beginning to really get into the week a little bit. But today is Q&A Tuesday. Y'all saw the question at the beginning. Today is the day that we ask questions and hope somebody will answer. Always hoping. But anyway, Foodie Time is a connect and grow chat. In our chat, if you type hashtag grow nightbot, we'll show your link and people can go to your channel and check you out. And if you're here for the replay instead of the live, you can still go to the chat and see who put their link up there. I mean, it's awesome. But be sure and leave a comment in the comment section so we will get a chance to say hello and formally thank you for coming to Foodie Time. Well, you guys, Q&A Tuesday, another Q&A Tuesday in the books right now. We are excited because, well, we like to ask questions. But the question of the day is, what was your favorite meal? And I'm going to start off being the first person to answer that question. Vacations is actually the name of this channel, Foodies Vacations, basically my vacations, okay? So I am Foodie. So Foodie's Vacations applies to me. Well, back in the day when I could actually eat before I started doing my GLP-1, back when I had a real appetite, I did love to test out different meals and vacations. And my favorite vacation is one you would never, ever suspect as a place where I would have had my favorite meal, considering I cruise and go to all-inclusives. My favorite meal was in Las Vegas, y'all. Las Vegas. Now, I didn't really know that much about Brazilian steakhouses. We had one in Cancun. Well, they said it was one in Cancun. I'll be honest with you. Looking back on it, it was sort of like a modified Brazilian steakhouse experience. Rodizio. Well, anyway, we went to Planet Hollywood, and the Rodizio that is connected to Planet Hollywood on Las Vegas Boulevard is the one that we went to. Can't remember the name of it at this particular moment. May not even be there anymore. I haven't been to Vegas in a couple years, but I can tell y'all this. We enjoyed that meal. And I told Jorge, out of all of the vacation meals we have had, that one was the best one. Not only because the steak and the chicken and everything else that they brought to you on that skewer thing was so good, but also because the things that they put on the sides, you went up to a little area and you got your food. You know how Reducio works. And all of those sides were awesome. And I kept thinking, I could do this, but I'd probably be this big right now if I lived in Las Vegas and went there. But that was my favorite meal. And you wouldn't think that considering all of the places I have ate before, all of the resorts, all of the cruises. But yeah, that was my favorite one. It was memorable to me. It wasn't my first time doing Rodizio, but it definitely was the best time. Hey, look who's in the chat. First person to chat is Scott Smith. Scott, good morning, foodie driving and listening. Thank you, dear, and hoping you're having a safe trip. Okay. Hope you're doing well too. Good morning. Oh, look, it's Traveled with Josie Ann, and she is part of the Foodie Squad. Josie Ann comes on tomorrow at 12 p.m. Be sure to check her out, 12 p.m. Eastern. And then there's Mickey's Adventures. Good morning, part of the Foodie Squad. Mickey's. So nice to see you. I'm really glad to see y'all this morning. She's bringing in purple hearts. Thank you. Welcome to Q&A Tuesday. Yeah, match the number of participants in the chat to show support. We appreciate you, and we appreciate that. Thank you so much, sweetie. And look who's in here. It is none other. Okay, I'm getting off of this mouse. Y'all, till I get used to the mouse, I don't think I'm doing that no more. I haven't got used to it yet. Controversial cruising. Foodie time. Scott is at work, so he is probably lurking too. I love it. Thank you for coming in. He's part of the Foodie Squad. Thank you, Mr. Scott from Arizona. There's whatever floats your boat, my buddy Angie. Angie is at 187 subs. Yeah, we need to drop some packages over at Angie's house. If you got some extra channels, be sure and help her out. We're trying to get her to the magic number of 200. Woohoo! She's part of the foodie squad. We call her Floaty Bodie because nobody can remember how to say her whole name. No, that's not true. We know who she is. Whatever floats your boat. Nettie and JT, part of the foodie squad. Nettie, hi girl. What is up? How are you doing? Uh, me and Nettie have been talking back and forth on the on Facebook about some of the funny things, on Messenger about funny the things being posted on Facebook right now. It has been absolutely crazy. But you know what? I'm not a Facebook person, y'all. I am a YouTube person. Y'all know that. Welcome in, Nettie. And then another person from the Foodie Squad, Rick. How you doing? Good morning, Miss Vicky, part of the Foodie Squad, and also the ambassador. I'm going to call him the ambassador of Galveston, giving us good out Galveston information, telling us what is up. And speaking of what is up, there's Danny Dizzle, part of the Foodie Squad, our super mod. Beware if you're going to act up, she going to get you. And she gonna be smooth with it. Danny. That's my buddy Danny. DT Cruiser in the house. Hey DT, what is up? Good morning, Foodie Vacations and Chat. Thank you for coming in, my friend. Thank you so much. Now, who else do we have in here? I'm looking, everybody speaking to each other. You guys, so do you have any good questions for me? I know you do. Texas Cruises. Love seeing MSC Seashore behind you. This is Port Canaveral, I think. No, it isn't. I'll say Port Canaveral. This is probably Ocean Cay. Yeah, Ocean Cay that we're sitting at right now. Pretty good. It might not be. It might be Port Canaveral. I don't think so, though. Look, I don't remember where it is, but that is a good shot of the embassy ship. Thank you for recognizing it, Rick. I know it looks a lot like MSC Seascape. It doesn't have the little seat right at the top, though. So that's the only real difference between them as far as structure, as far as I can tell. Lovely ship, so much fun. I got to tell you, we are planning to go on MSC again for sure because it was easy to pay for. I loved their casino. I loved the infinity pool for the adults only in the back. It was so cool, y'all. I did love that. Now, the food was questionable, y'all. It always is. The foods are questionable, but MSC, I know they're trying hard, so I'm not going to dog them. In fact, you guys, I would like to state something right here. Ron, good morning, Ron. Thank you. Thank you guys for watching my Feels vlog. I made a vlog this week. I've been trying to put out a vlog every week, and I made a vlog which I call the Cruise Feels. How does it feel to be on a cruise? And the reason I made this vlog, I have been dying to make these vlogs, y'all, because I don't know if you've noticed it or not, but there is a real strong negative tone right now for cruises. And a lot of people have been telling me they're not taking a cruise because they heard this and they heard that. And I feel really bad. And even in my travel clients, some of them are talking about, well, I've heard that this is a really bad cruise. And guys, I have never had a bad cruise. Now, I know some of y'all have had some bad experiences on cruises. Knock on wood, I haven't had any bad experience. And maybe that could be just optimism on my part too, because even on the last cruise where the weather was not exactly what you consider cruise weather, I had a good time. Okay, I really did. And I think every cruise is what you make it, okay? And my feeling about that is when people come onto YouTube and they do the negative stuff to get views, that just really irritates the heck out of me. I do not watch negative content about cruises, just so y'all know that. The reason being is because I didn't come on YouTube to watch negative content. I started watching cruises when the pandemic was over, or not over yet. It was still actually going on because when I first started doing this or started watching cruise information was before we were able to get on cruises. And back then people were saying positive things. And I was really excited about getting on the cruise. I could not wait. Y'all remember that? Well, that's not what's happening right now, y'all. And it's really beginning to bother me because I think it is having a negative effect on our industry. We love cruises. And when somebody starts dogging cruises and people start saying, well, I'm not going to get on a cruise and I'm not going to do that, then I start to feel bad because then somebody is not getting on a cruise because of something they heard on YouTube. And honestly, the stuff they heard on YouTube is just part of the story. They're going to get on another cruise. They just said that to get you to watch their YouTube channel, and that's fine for them, but I'm not watching that, and I'm not, there are sometimes there are negative things that happen and you want to warn people about. But if you're constantly making negative remarks about cruises, that's going to just affect you. That's going to affect cruising in general, and people are going to become less interested in watching cruise content. We don't want that to happen. I mean, we really don't. Just saying. And taking cruises, oh yeah, we want people to continue to take cruises, right? So you guys, I had to go on and put out something. I had to put out something that was positive. This is what a cruise feels like. It feels like relaxation. Most of the time, this is what it feels like. This is why people keep cruising over and over, you know. So just so you know, if you've never been on a cruise, don't pay attention to the YouTube people. Just go on and do a cruise and see what you really think about it. Okay. Anyway, so I'm looking at everybody speaking, but look who's here. Hey, it's Twisted Nurse Wisdom. What's up? Welcome back, my friend. I don't know where you've been, but I was a little bit concerned. I was like, I hope he's doing okay. How have you been doing? I know you're up in the northern areas and it's freaking cold even down here. So I know it's cold up there, but we are glad to see you. Good morning, Vicky. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back, my friend. Mickey says, my favorite meal was in Japan. Had fried snapper that fed 3 with leftovers. We ate so much we couldn't finish the meal. I love it. That sounds really good, girl. I heard Japan. I've been to Japan, but I've never actually stayed in Japan. I've been there and haven't stayed there. We went through there when I was coming back to the United States from the Philippines. But I hear the food is really good. So, I can't wait to try that out one day. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll be able to get to Japan one day. It's in the bucket list ever since I was a kid. But that sounds good. Fried snapper. Oh yeah, I'm all about that. That sounds delicious. Delicious, y'all. So Danny says I already did that 4 times yesterday. Hopefully no trolls today. I know yesterday was she was like a gunslinger out in the West with her gun. I was like, get him, Danny, get him. Thank you, sweetie, for all you do. We're going to miss you when you go to Switzerland. I heard Cheryl talking about it, and I was like, oh, yeah, it's going to be rough, but it's okay. We got a few mods in here. I mean, they're not Danny Dizzles, but I think they can take people out. I've seen them do it in the past. So there you go. Here we have Lee, Anfield Road layout in the loft. Hi, everyone. Got stream on and building new kit. You go, dude. He's always building a new kit. He is building guy. Lori, part of the Foodie Squad. Good morning. I think 3 days. She's got 3 days, y'all. 3 days. Crap. Pay no attention to what's going on with Lori, but she said crap, no sound. Okay, no sound. So Danny says, Lori, I can hear Vicky. Oh no. Daddy says, let me think. I'm stalling, LOL. But I think a pretty good meal was when we were in Puerto Vallarta, had red snapper. Red snapper seems to be winning right now. Moslin had queso fundido. I saw that where y'all were pulling that cheese. Cheese pull. Carnival Breeze had short rib. Ooh. Does Carnival do a good short rib? Because I'm gonna tell you, MSC, the one we had, that was the only meal that I actually complained about. That short rib was crazy. Anyway, it was it had spring action to it. It had no tenderness. It was just weird. But Carnival Breeze, I had short rib yum. Now saying that, I'm gonna just say that MSC didn't do bad all the way around. Just that particular meal was very strange, but the rest of them, this was in the MDR. The rest of the MDR meals were pretty good. So that one was just I don't know. And you know, it's funny. The waiter said to me, always ask the waiter what we think. Good advice from a waiter. Always ask what is good and what they recommend because they know what's up. They serve this food every day, all day, y'all. Why do we not ask them, hey, should I get the short rib? I mean, he would have said, "Mm, I would recommend something else." See, like Chinese. Hey, on phone listening and running errands. Dude, aren't you on a cruise? Wait a minute. You know, I get so confused who's on a cruise and who's not. But thank you for coming in chat. I appreciate you. I love it. I love it. I love it. I thought you guys were still cruising. If you're still cruising, kudos to you for coming in on a cruise ship. Thank you so much. Nettie says, I did a was it worth it of a room. Tons of views. I talked about my expectations, what we actually got, what I didn't like, but at the same time, what I liked as well. And that's good. I still don't like the title. Was it worth it is not a bad. That is not, in my opinion, was it worth it is not a bad thing. Or even good versus bad. That's not a bad. As long as you're, you know, explaining, giving equal time to good stuff, I think you'll be okay. It's the stuff that, you know, just complain, complain, complain. I'm just like, you're on a cruise. Don't complain, complain, complain. At least tell people the cruising in general is pretty nice. And the cruise you're on is probably pretty awesome. But, you know, there are some things that happen. And like I said, it's good to tell people the things that happen. You know, I will probably do a review or two because reviews are good. Reviews are good for people who have already been on cruises and are thinking about going to a new line. That is a good thing. But like I said, don't start out with, but you know, we really hated it. We'll never go on this again. I don't think that's, yeah, I just don't think that's a good idea to do it that way. Funny thing, it was the same person, Danny. Yeah, that guy. Yeah. I'm not even going to comment about the comments he makes, but they're always directed at me. And I just laugh about it, you know. Anyway, he has been under that same name for so long and he comes back every once in a while. I don't know. It's just funny to me. But thank you for all you do, sweetie. I'll be there in the morning, stuff just not evening time, your time. I think she's talking about Switzerland. But anyway, I would be really, really, I would really be excited to hear from you while you're in Switzerland. Because, you know, like I said before, that's a place that I've never been and would love to go. They're not on a cruise. Okay. Back. Crap. I think she's saying she's back and crap. She missed a bunch because her sound is out. But anyway, Lori says, don't know why that happens when I lose sound. I don't either, dear. That is very strange. We'll have to talk about that one day. We'll do some investigation and see what's going on with your equipment over there because I'm suspecting it has something to do with whatever you are on, which I suspect might be the iPad. So who knows? The short rib was really good. I looked at past videos, Carnival Magic, December 2023, and realized that both JT and I ordered the same thing, both cruises on embarkation day. Still working on Bree's videos. Thank you. But as I was saying, you guys, thank you for the love you showed that vlog. You know, it's probably not going to get a lot of views, and that's okay because, you know, like I said, positive stuff doesn't seem to get really good views. But I didn't really say much in that. I was doing an experiment also to see how it is viewed by people who do not speak English because in my analysis or analytics, excuse me, in my analytics, I see that I have several countries that do not have a lot of English speaking people there. And I'm just kind of curious how they see a video that doesn't have much verbal but has a lot of writing in it. So it's sort of an experiment on my part too. But yeah, it was a fun experiment because I love talking about the feels of Christmas. Christmas? Thinking about Christmas already, yeah. Of cruises. Danny says, I don't know, Laura, you're a hot mess. I knew that was coming. Danny, yeah, because they're 6 hour ahead of us. Wow, that's a lot of hours. Yeah, the calculations of, Europe is usually about 5 or 6 hours ahead of us. So I try to remember that, especially when I'm trying to communicate with somebody in the UK. You got to know that they're probably asleep because they're way ahead of us. Okay. So there you go. Sea Lake Georgie still here at a red light. Hi. So I guess you are home because you wouldn't be at a red light. Hi to all in the chat. Sea Lake, what is up? So are you coming on tomorrow? Normally chat comes on Wednesday morning on Wacky Wednesday. So, tomorrow for us is Winning Wednesday, where we talk about our goals, missions, things that we have learned, and how we are winning. Yeah, it's always a good day. Oh, look, an entrepreneur diary, Shamika. Good morning. Welcome in. I believe this is the first time you have been here. Let me just say you are now in a Connect and Grow chat. All you have to do is type #grow and it will show your channel in our chat. And people can go to your channel and check you out if you are a creator. If not, you don't have to do that either. But it is a great way to show some other people in our community what you're doing. So thank you for coming in, sweetie. I hope you enjoyed the chat. And here we go. We're talking. Oh, totally forgot to set my alarm. Hey, Amy, part of the Foodie Squad. Girl. I've been doing this too. Amy, we have so much in common. It doesn't even make sense. But this morning, I didn't set my alarm. And I woke up in a panic. Have you ever done that? You wake up thinking, oh my God. And the first thing I thought was, I slept through my show. Did you do that? Did you wake up thinking, oh no? Because you always think the worst when that happens, right? You always think the worst. Oh, it is amazing to me that I ever remember to get up. Amazing. So you guys, nice. Thank you. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you for coming in. We really do love to see new people in our chat because that tells us, one, that the algorithm is working. It is getting out there and showing people this particular chat, which is always good because we have a lot of people showing their links and who are trying to meet new people and meet, other communities. So it's a good thing when this chat gets out there. So there you go. Amy says, haha, I was working and realized I missed the start. I'm too broke to still be sleeping at 10 a.m. on a weekday. Well, that's good that you're getting good rest because my biggest problem right now is I have trouble going to sleep. And then when I finally do go to sleep, and what is it lately that I cannot make myself go to sleep? I have an alarm set at 10:30 to remind me on my phone to go to bed, get ready to go to bed. Do I not hit the snooze button on that thing every single time? What is wrong with me? I'm not really a night owl. I have a hard time staying awake usually, but here lately, and I'm going to blame the 7.5 girlfriend because I have noticed some things have changed. But one of the things is that I can't seem to make myself go to bed. And that's not good. It's never good. Uh-oh. Floaty Boaty, otherwise known as Whatever Floats Your Boat, says, and entrepreneurial diary, Shamika. Shamika, I'm just going to call you Shamika because look, just left you a package, which means she went over, hit the thumbs up, watched some of your video, and also left a comment. We call that a package here. So awesome, awesome. Please do the same for my buddy here, Whatever Floats Your Boat. She is very close to 200 people in her community, and we are trying to help her get to her goal. Yes, indeedy. Look who's here. It's Charlie. Good morning, Vicky and chat. How you doing, Charlie? What's up? How are things going in the upper 40, 50, whatever you want to call it? The cold areas, you guys. You and Winston are both in here. So I'm assuming you guys are going to have warmer weather today like we are. Y'all, it's supposed to get up in the 50s here. I don't believe that. I've got to see it. I'm just saying. It doesn't seem like it's going to warm up, but my dog stayed outside for a long time. So maybe that's a sign that, yeah, it may be getting warmer, but I don't know. But good morning, Charlie. Welcome in. More to see is here. Hey, everyone. Hi, more to see. Gerald, Vicky, great video you posted yesterday. Wow, thank you. Josie Ann, I'll watch yours tonight after work. I saw it last night, but was headed to bed. Yes, Josie Ann. Are you on a ship, Josie Ann? Because I think Josie Ann is on a ship right now. I mean, I've seen her videos and I'm sitting there thinking, okay, she's on the ship, she's off the ship. I think, by the way, Josie Ann, you look absolutely lovely on your pictures. Oh my gosh, girl, you got some glow going on. Just saying, just saying. But anyway, good morning. Everybody speaking to each other. Yes. We call her Floaty Boaty, Charlie, because it's just easier to remember. Not that we can't do the initials, it's just hard to remember what the initials are. So there you go. Twisted Nerve says, looking forward to checking out your channel, Shamika. More later. Welcome. He's going to check it out. Yeah, he went over and saw your channel. Cool beans, y'all. Doing yo. Hola, it's Eddie Lugo of Eddie Lugo Studio on Go Live Together, which comes on right before us at 9 a.m. Eastern. Be sure to check them out. But that is one of the panel members right there, Eddie Lugo Studios, my buddy. How are you doing, Eddie? Good morning to you. I was on Eddie's channel this morning and I was laughing at Cheryl because right before they got off, Cheryl said Star Trek instead of Star Wars, which triggers everybody. I was like, Cheryl, you were doing so good until that moment. She said Star Trek, and I could just see them say, are you kidding right now? You think that this helmet is a Star Trek helmet? I just laughed about it. I said, they both have star in them. It's very easy to mix them up if you're not a nerd like me. I do know the difference between Star Trek and Star Wars, and my husband is a Star Wars fanatic. Okay, I'm just saying. So, if I didn't know the difference, I would be constantly hearing about it. But yeah, Star Trek. He was also a nerd about Star Trek. He can tell you about the first Star Trek episode. That's true nerd right there. He can tell you who was Captain Kirk, who wasn't William Shatner at the time, y'all, in case you didn't know. But he can tell you all of that stuff because he is a true Star Trek nerd and a true Star Wars nerd. He doesn't seem like a nerd, but he is such a nerd. So anyway, so let's go down a little bit and see what the conversation is going on down here, okay? Today is Q&A Tuesday. If you have a question of any kind, well, I'm really opening up myself. We did ask the question up top, what is your favorite meal on vacation? What was your favorite meal on vacation? Any vacation. Doesn't matter what kind of vacation. Mine was in Las Vegas. So, any kind. Morty says, I go to bed early because at 5 a.m. alarm comes early. Girl, 5 a.m. I am on my second drink. That's why I also miss a lot of West Coast lives. I just can't stay up, and I get it. I mean, 5 o'clock in the morning, that is crazy. Oh my gosh. You have to do like Scott. Scott takes naps in between transactions. He's also working too, so I don't know how he's doing that. We don't know how Scott does everything that he does, but we love that he does everything that he does. He does a lot. So anyway, I'm glad that you get up at 5 a.m. I'm glad somebody gets up at 5 a.m. My husband gets up at 6 a.m. And y'all, every time he does, it wakes me up for like 2-3 seconds. Every time. It's just like, dude, I don't know what he's doing, but I always wake up. I always hear it. Eddie's here some, the word that nobody wants to say. The B word. We're not allowed to say that word to Eddie. You know that. She knows that. Anyway, that's so funny. It's warming up, Charlie says. Girl, I am so glad. Because, oh my gosh, look, it is warming up. Yeah, Floaty says it's supposed to be 66 today. Really? Man, I need to check the weather again, because I haven't looked for a few days, but I remember when I saw it, I thought 50s. I don't think so. But y'all, the funny thing is I can't even stay on here long today. I got something I got to do right after 11. So we won't be doing an after party today, y'all. After party is the time period between 11 and 11:30 when we tend to hang over, just refuse to leave. That's the after party. But today I got to roll my behind out of here. So y'all don't let me stay too long, because I don't want to be late. I'm supposed to be meeting somebody and it would just not be cool. They're talking about their group and I don't want to mess that up. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, good morning. Good morning to everybody. Hope it melts off all our cul-de-sac. I just hope I can see grass again. Okay. Because my poor dog, I'm surprised he hasn't just dug for grass. I told Jorge, please go out there and, notice I said for him to go out there and shovel up a little spot so he can see some grass. Shamika says, I respond to packages and I return packages. You are our kind of people. You fit right in. There you go. Always come here for the daily package exchange. Thanks, Vicky. I'm leaving Saturday. There you go. You're leaving Saturday. See, she's got so many posts about cruising, because she cruises a lot and she travels on vacation a lot. She's leaving Saturday. Let me write that down, because now I'm going to be going, okay, where's Josiane? Yeah, you know how it goes. But I'm so glad that you're finally getting to leave. So is Lori. Everybody's rolling out. It's a thing. We go on vacation a lot, you guys. Look, Eddie's showing the B word on his, the B word. Scotty J Travel is part of the Foodie Squad. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Coming in with a whoop, whoop. Scotty, I watched your Progresso video yesterday. Dude, I felt like I was with y'all. That was really good. I wish I had the ability to do that. For some reason, I cannot focus. Look, I forget I'm with people. I forget I'm recording. I'm just so into the experience most of the time that I just forget. And then you guys will see a video of my arm, I've seen some stuff. I go to edit my videos and I'm like, Vicky, nobody wants to see your neck. Yeah, that's a quote, Amy. Nobody wants to see your neck. Anyway, but yeah, so great job. Kudos to you. Y'all go check out Scotty's new video about Progresso. Him and James and the lady that I never know who that is. Who is the lady? What is her name? But anyway, she got one heck of some sun tan. Okay, I'm just saying. You guys were out in the hot. Yeah. Yes, Cheryl. Fubar. Yeah. I know it has something to do with Star Trek. And she really did. Let's play a quick media asset, because here's the thing, y'all. They are having a Halloween cruise this year, and it's Cheryl and Eddie and a whole bunch of other people, Uncle Dave, all of them. And this is the one I want y'all to see.
Set sail on the 4.0 Booze Cruise, hosted by Eddie Lugo Studios. Departure, October 31st, 2026 from Galveston, Texas. Itinerary, Day 1, departure from Galveston, Halloween night kickoff. Day 2, fun day at sea. Day 3, Cozumel. Day 4, Bay Islands, Honduras. Day 5, Harvest Bay, Belize. Day 6, Costa Maya. Day 7, fun day at sea. Day 8, return to Galveston, memories that haunt forever. Don't miss miss out. Reserve your cabin today.
As y'all know, we talk about cruises on here, group cruises. Our community has a lot of group cruises this year and next year, and that is the Booze Cruise 4.0, and booze as in boo, that kind of boo, for Halloween this year on the Aqua. No, on the shoot. Viva. Look, I think it was a Viva. Yeah, I just saw it. Duh. Anyway, Floaty Bodie says Eddie and the Bacon. Yeah, I know. It's a love story from all of time, y'all. Hey, look who's here. It's my other buddy from Arizona, Foodie. Willie. Willie, what's up? I see you're under the hangout. How are you doing? Willie will probably have a live right after this live because he tends to come on. And right now, Ryan, who normally comes on Ryan Parker Studios at 11:30, is out having the vacation of his life. No, his 550 birthday. You're not Hawaii 50, the 50 years birthday where he's bringing sexy back on Virgin Resilient Lady. You guys, he's having a blast. And I just gotta say, I'm not mad at it. You're going to have a good old time, dude. Have fun. Willie, I will be checking you out, but I probably won't be right after this because, like I said, I gotta run. As soon as I get off of here at 11 o'clock, I gotta roll out of here. Yeah, so I will not be around, but we'll see how it goes. Sometimes people say they're going to meet me and then they end up late. So I may be back on watching stuff as I'm sitting there waiting. You know how that goes. So Willie says, on the road listening. Are you on the road? I see. Okay. Well, I'm glad you are listening. I love a good lurker. Lurkers. Yeah. Scotty going, Angie. Hello, all. Nerds of the world unite, Winston says. I know, right? There's a lot of us. And I probably don't seem like a nerd, but y'all, I was a programmer for years. I looked up constantly coding stuff, constantly watching sci-fi. It was my thing, okay? I'm not as much anymore. I do, I am an analytics nerd. I do go in the analytics and act a little crazy. I want to see the advanced options. No, I want to know the real details. Okay. So yeah, you guys. So I do tend to nerd out. And I love nerds. Okay. I think that those are my peeps, really, really. I mean, I'm also an extrovert still. I'm a nerd and an extrovert. I'm an unusual character. I do like to party, but I also love the details. So I can't do the details. Yeah. I really can't do the details. I used to be able to. Brain just doesn't work like that anymore. It's not detailed oriented anymore. So there you go. More to see says, or Gerald, as we will call her, LOL. Yeah, another quote for the books. I still want to know what changes Royal told you about the marketing offers. They didn't tell me anything. Amy, Royal wrote me off. Okay. If you go to my page right now, it says you have no offers. Period. They haven't been telling me anything. They have not been communicating with me. I guess they decided that 400 points was just not enough for me to be important. So there you go. I've been hearing rumblings that they may up the minimum from 200 points. Well, that doesn't really surprise me. It really doesn't surprise me. They're competing, but they still got to make money. And you know how that goes. And like I said, Virgin's minimum is 3,000 points. 3,000. That is their bounce back offer. Yeah. 3,000 points that's more than the free drinks in the casino tier and free vacation cruise for 2 on Royal, which is 2,500 points. I just don't know what to think about that. I mean, honest to goodness, I don't know what the bounce back offer is for Carnival. And that would be a question I would like to ask Miss Lori Barber if she can hear me. Lori, Lori, what is the amount of points for a bounce back offer on Carnival? Is it under 2,500 points? Just wondering. For one cruise, you know. I'm going to be getting on Carnival a year from now, so I would like to know. I've been trying to talk Jorge into going to Hard Rock Casino in Cincinnati for Valentine's Day. He ain't hearing me so far. Seems like a pretty straightforward thing to request. Can we please just go to one casino out of town? Please, please. He won't go to Vegas. And, we used to go to Vegas every year. So it's kind of interesting. He's becoming a homebody, y'all. I'm really scared about it. Yes, I am. I am. But I just want him to go to Cincinnati. That's only like 70 miles from here, y'all. Downtown Cincinnati is easy to get to from Louisville, Kentucky. So, well, we'll see. If not, I guess I'll be going on my own. Amy says, and for the lower point instant certificates and offers, they're now only giving you a guaranteed room and now allowing you to pick your room. I didn't know that they allowed you to pick your room. I didn't know that. I didn't get a chance to do it. They told me the one that I was interested in was closed. So now I'm using my $1,000 that I won in that casino for a free casino Utopia of the Seas because, yeah, they didn't give me anything, girl. They offered me some stuff, but when I went to ask them about it, they told me it was closed. So there you go. DeFam Adventures, good morning, more to see. Saying hello to everybody. Hi, Ron. Ron is having a good day, I can tell. He is out and about. I've seen him on a few places. Good to see you, Mr. Ron. Shamika says, yes, it's warming up nicely. 45. You're in Chicago? Oh, you're up the road. You're next to my buddy Nettie. Nettie's in Chicago. We got a lot of Chicago people in our community. So you are in the right place. Yeah, Chicago. You go, girl. So next question, probably Nettie's going to say, where you at, girl? Where you at? But there's a lot of people up there in the Chicago area. If you seek, Amy says, oh yeah, our snowcrete situation has not improved. We're now at a record length of having this much snow on the ground. Yeah, it's a thing, but we're hoping to melt away today. Today should be our melt day. If it doesn't melt today, I don't know what to think because, like I said, Angie said that it will probably get up in the 60s today. Now, how on earth can snow stay around in the 60s? Just saying. Okay, y'all, what do I do with my tissues? I need to clean off this desk, y'all, because it's getting bad. I'm beginning to look like a hoarder. I got stacks going right now. It just doesn't even make sense. But yeah, it should melt away. We'll see what happens, but it should melt away. We are too. We still have snow on the ground here, which is amazing to us because snow doesn't usually stick around in this area for too long. But Lori says, F you beyond all recognition. I don't know. I don't know what that was about. That's a military term. I know. I know what it is. I'm just like, okay, what were you talking about? Yeah, no after party. Yeah, no after party today. Got to get some business done today. Vicky, your pinned question has an ask question area. Have you checked it out? I don't know. Oh, let me go over there and look. Oh, yeah. While I'm over there, y'all, I need to give some memberships today. Okay, first we're going to gift these memberships right now. Okay. I saw that this morning. I thought, wow, we can give some memberships today. Exciting. Wow, look who got memberships today. Okay, we got Twisted Nerves. Winston, Shay Adventure, Shay, and Cruz Bolero, my buddy Cruz. I am Coach Mean Reen, the coach, and the girls are us, the girls. Yes, so how exciting. Okay, we'll do some more maybe tomorrow or Thursday. But yeah, so my question says, what was your favorite meal? Yeah, yeah. So where is the area? Okay, you're gonna explain to me because look, I'm not real familiar with these Q&A things here, but I'm looking at it now. Go to channel and Q&A. So it does have a question area, you're saying. Okay. Maybe we should talk about that because I'm not sure what I'm doing, and I won't lie to y'all about it. Your pinned question has an ask question area. It is an actual ask question Q&A area that I typed in. It wasn't even a pinned question. It was in the Q&A area. Have you checked it out? So do you answer questions there and I'm able to check it out? Because StreamYard does not allow you to see all that. That's the bad news, okay? So I have to go over there to see what is going on. Lori! Okay, Nettie, has anyone seen the new Marvel series Wonder Man? Is it worth it? That's a good question. Good question, girlfriend. No, I haven't seen Wonder Man. You know, I'm a big fan of Wonder Woman, but I haven't seen Wonder Man. So I'm curious, what the heck is it, right? So if somebody has an answer to that question, please let me know. Let all of us know. Great Scream. Have a great day. See you later, Lee. See you later. Have a great day. Have a great day. Twisted Nerve says. Amy says, and you called them and they said you weren't eligible for offers. My page says I didn't hit the 200-point minimum and that's why I don't have offers. No, they told me in my thing that I have no offers. When I went there, it says you have no offers. They still haven't shown me my win-loss statement either. I don't know what they're doing over there, to be honest with you. I have not called them because I'm going to be honest with you, Amy. I'm not interested in taking that cruise anymore now that I've gotten the Utopia of the Seas cruise, because here's the thing. Getting a free cruise is cool. Yeah, that is cool. But being able to pick out your own free cruise, that's even better. And like I said, when I won that $1,000, in my mind, I was thinking, no matter what, I'm going on the cruise I want to go on. So I booked it. I found one, a interior on sale for a headquarters group, and I purchased it for that amount of money. Well, it was probably about $1,100, $1,200, somewhere around there. But yeah, I purchased it and now I'm pretty happy with that. So I haven't been messing with Royal. I'm a little irritated with them after all of that. And after them let me believe that I had a free cruise. And then when I called them and talked to them about the free cruise, I told them I wanted to get on the Liberty Seas. They said to me it was closed, even though it still was still showing in the listing they had sent me. And was still showing the email inbox offers they gave me. It was still showing. It still showed for another couple of weeks when others had dropped off. So I don't know what's going on with that picture, because they had me on the phone for like 20 minutes and the guy kept coming back and forth and he kept asking me about my status as a travel agent, you know, because for some reason that was important to them. And maybe they were trying to figure out if they had to pay me or something. I don't know. But all of a sudden it was closed. And I was done with them. NCL changed its beverage package again in the last year, February 1st. They went from free at sea to more at sea, back to free at sea to free at sea plus. I know. And you want to know, that has caused so much confusion. Oh my gosh. Every time I talk to a client that says, well, what is the free at sea? And I go, you mean the more to see? Or do you mean the sea, free at sea plus? I mean, oh my God. So yeah, it gets tricky. All these terms, princess plus, princess more, whatever, all of these pluses and frees and yeah, the life of a travel agent. We got to keep up with that stuff, girl. And it's not just CL doing that craziness. Everybody's changing stuff. So we got to keep up. And it is not that easy to keep up with all of the cruise lines. But whatever. Question, what the hell? Lori, you can get one, but normal sell price is cheaper. Yeah, I would say that. You know, the bounce back certificate, it's probably just an indication that you're in the system. Any way you look at it. Now, I thought that was the case for my Royal Instant certificate, but guess what? They're saying I have no offers. RU Compton is still offering me MSC and Margaritaville Islander. So I may take them up on the MSC one, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm having some trouble getting my spouse to participate. And my daughter wants to take MSC cruises, but she's graduating this year. She's graduating with her BS in May. And right now I'm more focused on all of that and not really focused on the other part of the year. You know, I need a cruise or a vacation for the second part of the year, but haven't decided whether it's going to be a cruise or not. So well, there we go. You know, you got to tell him louder, Vicky. I know, right? Hi, I want to go to Cincinnati. You need over 100,000. Oh, no, you need over 10,000 for a decent offer. Wow, that's a lot of points. My big bro lives in Chicago. Yeah, I remember that, you know, and so does Jen and Ross and a few other people live in the Chicago area. It's amazing we have not had a meetup in that area. Part of it may be the weather, yeah, especially right now. But, you know, during the summer, maybe we can get something together, you know, some informal meetup somewhere in between, somewhere near Chicago, because we have a lot of people below Chicago, but obviously not a whole lot of people above Chicago. But we do have few people above Chicago, like Winston and Charlie. So, you know, we got to plan something, y'all. We got to get together. Melt day. We've still got 10-foot piles of snow. That's going to be a lot of water, y'all. A lot of water. Just saying. Our DoorDasher fell in our icy driveway the other day. Good grief. I felt so bad, but he was okay. Fubar. Okay, that's what you were talking about. Yeah. Yeah. That's an expression. Anyway, I gifted 5 memberships. Y'all can check it out. And we can play this for everybody that got a new membership, especially Winston, since he is here. Winston, thank you for being here, sweetie. But here you go.
Neon lights, they paint the air. Shadows move like they don't care. The bass is low, it grabs my chest. This night won't let us rest. Hands up, hands high. Touch the moon, feel the sky. Lose control, don't ask why. Party all night. Let the rhythm take your...
Congratulations to all the new people in the Foodie Squad. Cruz Bolero. Yes, that's pretty cool. And it sends out a little email that says, by the way, you got a new membership. Yay. So that's pretty cool. Even though they're not here, they will find out. Nettie says, I haven't looked outside yet today to see how much more snow is left. But when the weather gets like this, it's funky, dirty, and yucky. It really is nasty looking, right? I need it gone or back, not in between. I know it doesn't look good. It's not a good look at all. I ask a question, so I will ask in the chat. Oh, you asked a question in the Q&A, which I don't know how to work yet, unfortunately. That's what's going on. Okay, let me see what the question was. Okay, let me see if I can see it, because here's the thing. They show you how to do it, but then they don't show you how to see the questions. It's not showing anywhere. Oh. Yeah, I'm going to have to investigate. It is not showing up. So thank you for alerting me to that. I appreciate you. Wakeview Travel. Hey, good morning. Oh, okay, we'll just use our fingers, y'all. Good morning. Sorry, I'm late, everyone. I am back to real life. It happens. Got to work to fund these cruises. Back to life. Yeah, I'm thinking of songs today. LOL. That sounds like a song, but yeah, gotta fund these cruises. I know, right? Yeah, gotta. That's a shirt. That's a t-shirt. Gotta work to fund these cruises. We might use that. Just saying. Question: what was an excursion that you went on that left you wanting more, and would have you returned to the same location? Good question. What was an excursion that you went on left you wanting more? I have to think about that one. I've done a lot of excursions. My favorite excursion so far that I can remember was in Punta Cana at the little area, the area where they park with the ships and let everybody stand in the water and party, because there were starfish involved, which was so cool. And you could stand in the water and it was like to my chest. So it was pretty high, and there was all kinds of ships in this party, little boats in this party. And everybody was standing out in the water, talking to each other and drinking and having a good time. And I do remember that as being very special. Punta Cana has a lot of great excursions. And I think that was for a resort. It wasn't for a cruise. So I don't know if you can do that on a cruise. I don't even know if you can go to Punta Cana on a cruise. I don't think you can, but Amy says you should call them and let them know that you got over 400 points and your offers are missing lots of errors with this new site. Yeah, you're probably right, sweetie. You're probably right. But here's the bad news. I'm not even, out of all the things I got to do today, that one is like way down here for me. I got to call the VA today, which I am not looking forward to. Oh my gosh, y'all just don't know. I've got to call the Veterans Administration. Military discount is usually highest on Carnival. The interline discount is even better, which is the one that travel agents get. So yeah, there's some good discounts, but like I want to get on the board like I supposedly did with Royal, which who knows. Nettie, the Plus offers a few more things that I do not need for extra dollars. I'm good with the regular free at sea. If they ask me, I will tell them to make up their darn minds. They are pissing me off. Okay, yeah, I get it. We got 2 NCLs this year. Shake my head. Yep. You got a lot going on with the cruising. I know this. Will, I'm glad you're here because we are leaving in 3 minutes. Welcome in, my friend. Plan the midpoint meetup, Vicky. I know, right? Plan it. Girl, I am so bad at that kind of stuff. We may go out there this summer. Don't know when yet. Yeah, that would probably be good to know, Danny. Back to reality. I know. Back to reality. My favorite meal was in the Tamarind Grill on Holland America Koningsdam. The angry lobster with noodles was perfectly spicy and savory. The lobster was perfectly cooked. Chef's kiss. Okay. I love it. Wakeview, that's a good one. Oh, that sounds good too. I'm beginning to get hungry. Good thing that I'm meeting somebody at a food place, right? Just saying. Just saying. If it involves donkeys, don't do it. Okay, good advice. Danny says, yeah, Sisala and Bra are looking for a new apartment. Oh, okay. Yep, looking for a new apartment. Y'all, we're at the bottom, which is probably a good thing because, yeah, it is 11 o'clock and I've got to roll out. Donkeys cannot be trusted. Hey, Winston, truer words have never been said. Donkeys are sneaky little animals. Just saying. Watch out. They do things. Peace and love to the chat. Working on gathering emails for my scholarship organization's ad book. Wow, you're busy. Go, girl. Laurie Barber, yeah, she's silly. She's trying to teach us some military bad words. Love, LOL. No after party today. No, not today. We are out of here, y'all. We gotta go. Gotta get back to work. I've got to go because if I don't want to be late, that would be ugly. This is the first time I've met this person in person, and I'm planning their group. So I'm trying not to mess it up, y'all. Just saying. Not trying not to mess up the only time they could come was during lunch. because otherwise, I would have planned it a little bit later, but I got to go. So anyway, thank y'all for coming in. Be sure to come in tomorrow for Winning Wednesday when we talk about how. Later, Shamika, thank you for coming, and thank you for, participating in the hashtag grow. We appreciate you. Anyway, y'all, have a terrific Tuesday, everyone. And you guys, we got 2 minutes of out time. The outro will be running for 2 minutes. So if you have not typed hashtag grow, be sure to do that. And also be sure to leave that package comment, watch the video, and leave the like button. And please leave a like button for us. We appreciate you. Thank you so much, y'all. And we're out. Y'all have a great day on purpose.
Yeah. Waves crash loud, they don't say please. Yeah. I'm out here chasing southern breeze beat. Clock ticking fast like a heart in a race. But I'm so stepping in my own space. Anchors dry, but I cut the chain. Don't need no way, just my own name. I'm a runaway tide, I'm a rebel seed. No map, no guide, just wild and free. Sail away, sail away, sail away now. Let the wind take my bow, wild. Turning back, no ground to stay. I'm gone, I'm gone. Sail away, sail away, sail away, sail away, sail away now. Let the wind take my bow, wild. Turning back, no ground to stay. I'm gone, I'm gone. Sail away, sail away. Sky splits wide like a vinyl scratch. Moon's the DJ light in my pad. Stars are the crowd, they twinkle and sway. I'm spitting verses while the night play. The deep hum bass of the ocean below echoes my pulse, it's a live show. Every wave a beat, every gust a rhyme. Lost and I love it, it's my time. Sail away. Leave the past behind. Sail away. Storms can't cloud my mind. Sail away. Horizon's all I see. Sail away. It's just the sea and me. Sail away, sail away, sail away, sail away, sail away now. Let the wind take my bow, wild. Turning